I have this friend who called me recently. I had been speaking to him concerning marriage, that he should, because I think he's in the US, so I told him he should give attention to marriage. And because I'm his friend, I'm his brother, he's not seeing what God is doing. He's not seeing what the Father is doing. So he won't listen. He won't listen. He's had that issue several times. God told me he wanted to use me to impart him, but he's stiff-necked. I've not seen a man like that. It's not Israel for the question. Stiff-neckedness. No. Not yet. Stop on. Recently, he called me with some problems. Every time he will call me with problems, and he has about at least 5 pastors. If you're like that here, you die early. You will die early. So stick to the one that God has given you to follow. The mistakes we made, some of them we can't tell you sometimes because you would not be able to receive. For instance, some of you, if I tell you to stop listening to certain men of God that you listen to online, especially, you'll not be able to receive. What you say in your mind that Apostle Pesiti or Nongwa. I've been there before, that is why I'm saying it. But I know what the damage it will cost you. Sometimes what is happening is that God brought you to listen to me. God brought you to listen to me. Sometimes you need to stay with that one. There is only one man of God that I listen to, I consciously listen to. Apart from maybe I'm online, then I see some short video about somebody. But if I say, okay, now I want to spend time to listen to a sermon, there is only one man of God that I listen to. And it is God who said, listen to this man. Sometimes, especially when you start being given opportunity to come close to the pulpit to minister, sometimes Satan can give you information that, look, you need to be deep when you hold the mic. So listen to all the deep people you are hearing online. Listen to deep. You will not grow. There will be confusion in your spirit. I know some young guy who God directed his man of God to listen to this man. Okay. And this young guy had been brought from Nigeria to serve under that man of God. Then he had, because he stays with the man of God, so he's been hearing the preacher that the man of God listens to. There's one of these popular preachers. Then, because he also wants to be deep, like the way if the man of God talks, he is deep. So he started going to the source, listening to the source direct. And the man of God saw the problem, but he kept quiet. Sometimes we need to keep quiet. Because deeper tier, so one man kopima, or because okra no one bono. Man the pim no the near clear, no about back, no is okay. Me who saw by pim, but I'm in person maker. So he left him. Now the guy's ministration, there was confusion all over every time, and it was becoming clear. Confusion. Also, more confusion go on. Because not every dimension is. Look, you were sent for a purpose. So in every stage in your life, there is something that God will ask you to listen to or to feed yourself with. Don't be swayed away by deeps. Okay, now everybody wants to hear somebody who is deep. Everybody is finding somebody who is deep. You get lost. May the Lord grant you understanding. So the guy got confused. Then now he came to the man of God that something is happening to me. I'm not. And he said, that thing that you have been doing, that is the problem. But if I had told you earlier on, you wouldn't have. So he stopped and he came back to order. I'm not saying go and listen, go and stop listening to who. I'm not advising you. I'm preaching. There are things if I say and you go and say Apostle said, I'll tell you I didn't say. You have to pick the wisdom from what I'm saying. So be careful. You might think you want to expand your knowledge base. You have to stick to what God has asked you to stick to. So this friend of mine, he listens to about 5 different pastors. When he has a problem, he will call this one, pray for me, pray for me, pray for me, pray for me. If he has a dream, he will call this one. This one will interpret. This one interprets. He wants to compare all and pick the one that he thinks. So one time I told him that I have seen that this is what you have been doing. I've kept quiet for some time. It will worry you. Don't do it. He won't respond, but he knows he will continue. So he will listen. And look, sometimes if you find the right man of God who Jesus sent, listen to him. Listen to him. Because I have seen that there are men of God who can see ahead. You understand? Certain men, they can see ahead. You can see that far. So the things he will tell you will not make sense. It will be like foolishness. It is when you get there that you know that it was true. If you want to wait to get there before you believe what he's saying, by the time you get there with only one leg. So I was trying to put his life in order because God had personally tasked me to help him with that. But he couldn't receive it. So at a point I had to negotiate with Jesus that let me withdraw. Meanwhile, I knew that problem will come ahead of him. At the time, this was somebody who had a job with Microsoft. He had a job because he connected to us and Jesus used us. Then he went to, now he was a master of himself. You see, when money comes, sometimes your pastor is no more your pastor. Now you want to direct him. Because akwaran nam form. And now he said, okay, I'm man left. No, I could see no, so for no baby. There are certain men of God, if you withdraw from them, that's your going ahead in life will come down. There are reasons why we don't see these things. The immature cannot take them. But when I'm moved by the Spirit, I'll tell you. Just like Abraham and Lot. So he didn't listen to me, but a time came when his job went down. The reason why the job, I think I've told you the first story here before. The reason why he was sacked the first time was because he wasn't given his tithe. I'm not preaching about tithe here. I'm just telling you a story. So I took the opportunity to now speak to him. His tithe does not come to me, so there's no reason why I will speak to him. But I felt he had stayed in Abuja for over 10 years without a job. We had to pray for him to get a job, so I felt he should now see wisdom. Then he got a job after we prayed for him again. He got 3 jobs. 3 jobs. Microsoft was part of the jobs that he got in the US. And the 3 jobs, he was earning more than $400,000 a year. That's about maybe more than $30,000 a month. Meanwhile, he wasn't listening to counsel. About 3, 4, 5 months ago, he was earning that much. When he called me last week, he was earning 0. He had gone to take a mansion. Now he doesn't know how to pay for the next month. And Abroche, they don't do anything like only say for young trust they don't have time. You don't pay the mortgage for 3 months and get it influence them. It doesn't matter how many months you've already paid. And the money is not refundable. And he's now thinking, how can he pay for? It is just because of counsel. He didn't listen. He's lost a lot. And once he told me, call me but my spirit is not able to pray for him because he has a record that he doesn't want to be helped. He went to pick some Mama Wata woman. and was doing lovey with the Mama Tauban. And I found a way to say it. And he lied to me, and I knew he was lying, but I didn't talk. Sometimes I know you are lying, I just don't talk. Yes. Oh, sometimes I know you are lying. Just don't talk. And I don't pray against you. No, I don't. But I just give you room. There are things I have heard amongst you, grievous things that at the time you were saying it, are you lying to me? Meanwhile, I'm quiet and I'm listening and I won't talk. And I won't talk. When you are a minister of the gospel, you have to learn to be secretive. You have to learn not to talk.